Hello, welcome back to Yoga with Amanda Wheeler. Again, I just can't, if you're listening to me, honey, I can't start without people here. Okay, there we go. All right. Welcome back to Yoga Therapeutics with myself, Amanda Wheeler again. Today's focus is going to be on yoga poses to help with energy and improved mood, which will also work on reducing stress. As usual, it is just $5 per class. You can pay via Venmo or you can purchase the Zoom classes on our website now at truehealingmassagegf.com. And we have more of our Every Rose products. I started a natural, organic, essential oil line of products called Every Rose products. You can shop on there. I'm slowly getting more and more products as I finish my certified aromatherapist training program. So check that out under shop on the website. If you have props, please go ahead and grab 2 blocks and a blanket and a strap for today's sequences. I just wanted to share really quickly an excerpt from Yoga Journal. It was an article by Sundown Naturals, and it related to energy levels and mood. They suggested for foods to eat sweet potatoes, apples, quinoa, yogurt, lentils, and mushrooms. They also suggested supplements such as B complex, biotin, and iron. And they suggested a don't do list, which I thought was great because I think a lot of us can have some of these don't do's, basically making a list of things that steal your energy and your time. So many of us probably scroll through Facebook, we probably spend too much time, doing something that kind of wastes our energy or wastes our time. And then sleep, making time for sleep. So plenty of sleep. And then also I wanted to add in some of the essential oils that might help with energy and mood. It's a little bit different by person and depending on what you're dealing with. And cypress is one of those main ones. Citrus oils such as orange, lime, grapefruit, lemon, and then Valor and Stress Away, they're special blends by Young Living, which is the oils that I sell here. Those are my favorites. There are many others that can also be used. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask me. But for today, for our sequence, we're going to start out with our breath work as usual. Take a nice comfortable seat. Legs can be crossed or out in front of you. Rest your arms down. Try to relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. You can even do little movements with it if you feel like you need to. And then once you've settled in, just let your chin be level with the floor. Let your breath be smooth and steady. Take deep inhales in through your nose and slow, full exhales out of your mouth. Deep inhale in through the nose and slowly exhale out of your mouth. Keep going. If you find it difficult to focus, remember you can always pick a phrase or just a word to focus on and repeat to yourself. Something positive, something that you need today. Complete a few more rounds here of your breath. Do one more. Blow all the air out. Smooth out your breath just to a natural rhythm. When you're ready, go ahead and gently open your eyes again. We are going to begin in standing. Come all the way up to a standing position. You can have your feet just comfortably about hip distance apart, however is comfortable. We're going to start out with a standing twist. So you're just going to swing your arms side to side, about 5 on each side. You can kind of count to 10. 1, 2, 3, just as many as you want to do. We just want to get some movement into the upper body. Shake out any tension that's in there. Just kind of let your arms go comfortably around. Some people like to swing it up, but I just like to let it kind of be loose. And then after you have done a few, slowly come on back to the center. And then we're going to begin with the breath of joy. So you may have done this in some of my classes before. It's a little bit of a challenge to get used to the inhales, but you're going to partially inhale as you lift your arms straight out, partially inhale a little more as you go out to the sides, and then another inhale as you go all the way up, and then you're going to say ha and exhale, ha, big like that. So as all right, we'll do 5 more. Ready? Last one. And then come back up. Children love to do that one as well. So that's breath of joy. We're going to stay up in a standing position, and we're just going to do what's known as victory pose. So I just want to lift your arms up and open as much as you can. You see people, once they climb up to a mountaintop or something, just a nice victory pose, lifting your heart and chest up, maybe a slight gaze up if it's comfortable. Arms nice and wide, fingers spread. Good. And then just go ahead and release down. All right, come down onto your hands and knees. You can come up towards the top of your mat if you would like. Going on my purple mat for these poses. Come into cat and cow poses. If you know them, go into them. If you're not sure of them, make sure your knees are under your hips. Wrists are underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide and make sure your wrists are in line with the front of your mat. And then in a cat pose, you're going to press the tops of your feet down. Press through your hands, round your back, tuck your chin in. Remember, pull your belly in and gently press the tailbone forward as well. And then in a cow posture, tilt your tailbone back, drop your belly, drop your chest, hug your elbows, and lift your chest forward. You can gaze forward or slightly down. And let's do a couple more rounds at least. Cat pose and cow pose. You can move with your breath if you'd like, exhaling into cat and inhaling into cow. And then bring your back to neutral, nice straight back. Elevated bow pose. Bend your left knee, lift it up. You're going to keep that knee bent. You're going to find your balance. Curl your right toes under, maybe even turn them out. Find your balance onto that right side. You're going to lift your left hand back to the outside of your left ankle or maybe the top of your foot. And you might just be able to hang out here. Just get a little lift to your chest. Kick your foot back if you can. You might be able to turn yourself more towards the floor and get a little more shoulder opening into the front pectoralis muscle, but take your time. If it's too much for you, you can just do some cat and cows and then come back down. Other side. Curl those left toes under this time. Bend your right knee, lift that right leg up. You can bring your left foot out to the side on the floor a little farther if you'd like. Reach your right hand to the outside of your ankle or the top of your foot. You're going to kick your foot back, lift your knee up if you'd like. So remember, just go to wherever your body is comfortable. Never do anything that is too much for your body. Good. Again, you can be doing cat and cow if you find this a little bit too much. Come on down to your hands and knees. Going into a cat pose. And then bring your left knee all the way up towards your forehead into cat, forehead to knee. Now we're going to extend back into tiger. So you're going to reach back, flex your foot, heel is up, toes pointing down, and we'll do that 5 times. Pull in as you exhale. Inhale, reach out. Five times. Good, release. Other side. Cat pose. Pull your knee towards your forehead, forehead down to your knee. Extend back, straight back, heel up, toes down. 5 times. 3, 4, 5, and release. Good. Come on down to your belly. Sphinx. Get your forearms underneath. So elbows under your shoulders, forearms straight ahead. Bring the tops of your feet down. And in Sphinx, it's more of a gentle posture. So you're just going to let your hips and belly sink down. I want you to work your shoulder blades back and gently pull your chest forward. So you don't want to be rounding. You want to come forward. Roll those shoulders back as best as you can. If you ever need your forearms up on a blanket or a bolster, you can definitely go there. It's going to deepen your back bend though. Curl your toes under if you get any cramps in your feet, otherwise keep them down. And then when you're ready, come all the way down to your belly. Interlace your hands behind your back. Press the tops of your feet down, locust, hands bound. We're gonna roll the shoulders back, extend your arms straight back as best as you can and lift your chest and head. Try to keep the tops of your feet pressing in slightly down to the floor. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. Remember not to engage the glutes too much here. If this is too much for you, you can go back to Sphinx. Good. Slowly release. Bring your hands down underneath you. Come up to your hands and knees. Have a seat or boat pose. We're going to strengthen the core a little bit here. Strengthening the core so that we can get through a lot of our sun salutations, they are sometimes known as, but we call it a flow. We'll be going into some of that. So boat pose is our first one here. You'll lean back onto kind of the middle of your tailbone to lower back area. Lift your chest, roll your shoulders back. You can leave your toes down, or if you're able, lift the toes up off of the floor. Maybe bring the hands behind your thighs or arms out to the sides, but watch the back. We don't want to let the back go. So lift your chest. You can even go to full boat by straightening the legs if you would like. Breathe. Keep the core engaged. Gently here for about 30 seconds. Nice, smooth, steady breathing. Good. A couple more breaths. And when you release, come on out nice and slow. Good. Come back onto your hands and knees. From your tabletop, we're going into a twisted child's pose. Press your right hand down, turn open, lift your chest, and lift your left arm up. Then we're going to sweep the left arm underneath your right armpit. Rest the outside of your left shoulder down. Rest the left side of your head down. You can always have a blocker or blanket under your head if you need. Just a nice gentle twist to the upper body. If you feel like your right hip is turning forward, I want you to gently pull the right hip back. Couple breaths, gently turning. You can always walk that top hand farther out above your head if you'd like. And then slowly make your way back onto your hands and knees. Other side, press your left hand down, spread your fingers. You're gonna lift your chest, reach your right arm up and open, and then sweep your right arm underneath your left armpit. Rest your right shoulder down, right side of your head down. Again, just a nice gentle twist. You can continue twisting a little deeper if you'd like, rolling that left shoulder back more. Remember your hips, so your left hip might want to turn forward, pull it back. Maybe reach the left arm up overhead. Good. Slowly come on back to the center. Forearm plank from your knees. Bring your forearms down. Have your elbows underneath your shoulders. Interlace your hands. Step your feet back into plank. Remember, in a plank, we're trying to be as straight as a board. So on the ball of your feet, your heels point up. Press your thighs up towards the ceiling, but then engage your glutes. And then try to relax the shoulders down a little bit, but pull the belly up. Creating a little bit of space between the shoulder blades. Now, if you'd like to join me in a forearm side plank, I'll have you bring your forearms so that they're straight up to the sides instead of hands interlaced. And then you're going to spin onto the outer edge of your right foot. Stack your ankles, and as you press down through that right forearm, lift the left arm up. You're going to pause there If you're still holding your forearm plank, you can rest your knees down and just do a couple sets. After you are on your side plank for a few breaths, come back to the center. Set yourself up, spin onto the outside of your left foot, stack your ankles, press down to your left hand, and reach the right arm up. A few breaths here. Good. And then release back to the center, and we'll all go ahead and release our knees down. Come into a tabletop. We're going to do a slight warm-up flow, just a nice gentle one. We're going to go from our tabletop, step back into a down dog. Remember, fingers spread wide, wrists in line with the front of your mat. Push through your hands. Roll your shoulders up towards your back. Good. Pull your belly back. If you have tight hamstrings, you might want to bend your knees a little. Tilt your butt up just slightly for everyone. Don't forget to engage the belly. And from here, we're going to slowly shift forward and lower down either to your knees or to your belly into a cobra. Press the tops of your feet down. Spread your fingers nice and wide up by the upper rib cage. Roll your shoulders back and down. Lift up just as far as is comfortable. So you can stay here. Work the shoulders back, wherever is comfortable. Let's do it 2 more times. Curl your toes. Come onto your hands and knees. Back to down dog. Pause for a breath. Come forward. Lower to your knees if you need to, or all the way down. Cobra again. Couple breaths here so your back can really warm up. Slowly release. If you want to go faster and just do more rounds, go ahead. Tabletop and down dog. Pausing for a couple of breaths. Or keep going if you want to go faster. And then shifting forward and lowering down. Last cobra for this sequence. Good. Slowly release. That was a little bit of a warm-up. We're going to come up to mountain pose. If you're comfortable going back to your down dog and walking forward, go there. If you need to just work yourself back up to mountain, however's comfortable, meet us up in mountain. Mountain at the top of your mat. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Exhale, palms together, bend your knees, forward fold. On your next inhale, come up halfway. Hands just below your knees. We're going into an upside down L. Stretch your thighs back just as is comfortable for you. Pull your belly back. Lift your chest and then reach the crown of your head forward so you can lengthen your neck. On your next exhale, forward fold, step back into plank. And if you know it, you can float back into plank. Pause in plank for a few breaths. Spread your fingers, push through your hands. Good. Engage your glutes, belly up, shoulders relaxed and apart. Good. And from plank, we're going into up dog. You can do cobra as well. Up dog is pressing the tops of the feet down and straightening the arms. Or you can go back to the cobra that we did before. From up dog, curl your toes under, press back into down dog again. Take your time. Walk forward into a forward fold again. Remember, bend your knees, just so most of us have too tight of hamstrings, so straighten the legs properly here. Bend your knees, and just so you can get your belly down. From forward fold, lift halfway up, inhale, arms out to the sides and all the way up to high mountain. And hands back down. Let's do that at least 3 times total, so 2 more at least, or up to 5 times if you'd like. So go ahead at your own pace or go with me. Inhale up, high mountain. Exhale, palms together, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And if you want to go with your own breath, just go with your own breath. Fold in and plank. Come down to your belly, up dog or cobra. When you're ready, down dog. And then walk it forward into forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, keep your back as straight as you can, all the way up. Exhale, palms down. Again, inhale, reach up. Press down through your feet, nice and evenly, reach up. Exhale, bend your knees, belly to thighs, forward fold. Relax your head and neck. Inhale up halfway, straighten the legs to your comfort. Tip your tailbone back slightly, belly up. Reach your chest and head forward. Fold in again. Step back into plank, up on the ball of your feet, heels up. Press your thighs up, tailbone down. Relax your shoulders slightly. Belly up. And come on down to up dog or cobra. Good. Down dog when you're ready. And then walk forward, forward fold. And inhale all the way up to mountain. Exhale, palms down. Again, if you did more, that's great. If you're with me, that's great as well. Whatever pace you need to go at. Separate your feet hip distance. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back into low lunge. From low lunge, lift your chest forward, straighten out your back as best as you can. So remember, knee over ankle. You can have your hands on blocks if you need to. Lift your chest. Pull the right hip back just slightly. Good. From low lunge, revolved lunge. Plant your left hand down, spread your fingers. Lift your chest still. Keep your right knee nice and strong, pulling in towards the center. Turn open, lift your right arm up. As you lift your chest, gently turn open. Keep your legs strong. You can always bring the back knee down if it becomes too much for your knees or your legs. Come back down. Release your left knee down now. You can have something under your knee, like a blanket or kneeling pad. Come all the way up. Inhale, lift your arms up, monkey lunge. Sit your hips down and forward into this position. Get a nice stretch to the front of the hip flexor. Lift your chest, open up your arms like that victory pose. Good. Couple good breaths. When you're ready, release your hands down. Plant your left hand just off of the mat for twisted monkey. Turn your right foot so it points at the right corner of your mat. Still let your hips sink down. Bring your right hand to your hip, lift your chest. Roll your right shoulder back. You might just stay here or lift your right arm up. Again, stay at whatever stage you need to, or you can keep going. So just pause when you're at your maximum. You can bend your left knee to go a little deeper, and you can stay here. You can also reach your right hand back to the outside of your ankle or the top of your foot and begin to deepen the quad stretch. One more breath. And then slowly release. Spin your right foot ahead. We're going to switch sides. Step your left foot forward and right foot back, or however you need to get there. Into your low lunge again. On the ball of your back foot. Left knee over ankle. Your hands can be on blocks if you need to. Lift your chest, straighten out your back. Couple of breaths here. Remember to pull the feet towards each other. Hug the thigh, especially the front thigh, in towards the center. Good breaths here. Revolve lunges next. Plant your right hand down, right underneath your shoulder. Lift your chest, bring your left hand to your hip. Turn open, roll your left shoulder back. Lift your left arm up if you can. Keep the legs strong and steady. Maybe sitting deeper into your lunge if you want to. Keep the back leg as straight as you can or knee down. Good, one more breath. Release. Bring your back knee down now for monkey lunge. You can bring the top of your back foot down if you'd like. Come all the way up. Lift your arms up. Sink your hips down a little bit more if you can. Stay where you're comfortable. Victory pose with the arms again. Reach your arms up and open. You can look up if you'd like. Every time we lift our chest, lift our arms up and open, it is really increasing our energy and our mood. Come on down. Spin your left foot so that it's pointed at the left corner and bring the right hand off of the mat slightly. Let your hips sink down, twisted monkey. Bring your left hand to your hip, lift your chest, turn open and lift your left arm up. Remember to really relax the hips. We're opening up that right hip flexor and quad. If you'd like to deepen, bend the back leg. Reach your left hand back to the outside of your ankle or foot. Gently pull your heel towards your hip. And I say gently, so take your time, never overdo it. Roll that left shoulder open. Good, one more breath here. All right, slowly release. Back into your lunge position. And we're gonna go back into down dog. Step back, press back into your down dog. Remember the modification for down dog is puppy pose. So you come down to your knees and walk the knees back so that your hips are over your knees. And you're just releasing in a nice long line from your lower back all the way to your hands and maybe resting your forehead down. Either way, you're gonna get that nice stretch and opening through your back and chest. Work your shoulders on your back. If you're in your down dog, or even if you're in puppy pose, you can do this too. We're gonna lift the right leg up, bend at the right knee, and slowly open the hips. So you're still pressing through both hands, but gently turning the right hip open. You can look underneath your right armpit if you'd like as well. Turn back to the center, extending your right leg back out and down. Other side, lift your left leg up and back, bend your knee and open up. So again, it's nice to peek underneath the shoulder if you would like, or underneath the armpit of that left side. Gentle turning open. And when you're ready, turn back to the center, extending your left leg out and back down. Great. Walk forward. Slide up to mountain. Bring your feet together. Crescent. Inhale, lift your arms up. Bring your palms together, hook your thumbs. We're gonna do crescent with modification if you need. So palms can stay together here, or you can bring your left hand to your hip. Press down through your feet, hug the ankles in, lift your chest, and you're gonna shift your hips over to the right and bend to your left. I'm mirroring you if you are facing the camera. Good, so again, if you need that hand on the hip, it's down there, otherwise palms are together. Hug your ankles in. Keep your glutes slightly engaged, lift your chest, and turn just your chest and head open. Come back up. Other side, you would bring your right hand to your hip if you need it there. Press through your feet. Hug the ankles in. You're going to shift your hips over and bend to your right side this time. Again, either hand on the hip or palms stay together. Turn your chest open more to the ceiling. Try not to turn the hips. Good, slowly come on up. Release your hands, crisscross, release the tension in the shoulders. Keep your feet together. Bring your hands to your hips and sit back into chair pose. So remember, in a chair pose, our knees don't come forward. We're gonna sit back, a little more weight into the heels, keeping those knees behind the toes. Good. Still pull your belly back, and then we're going to a twisted chair pose. Keep your hands on your hips, roll your shoulders back, lift your right arm up. And then you're gonna round your back a little bit here, like a cat pose. Hook either your forearm, if that's as far as you can get, or you're gonna get to the tricep, all the way down to your outside of your left thigh. Palms together. Keep the knees hugging in towards each other. Keep firmly planted through your feet. If you can, you're gonna start to turn a little more. Opening up the chest, lifting your chest forward, and rolling that right shoulder back. But remember, it's okay to stay here in a high position. Good. Come back to the center, all the way up to mountain. Other side, bring your hands to your hips, sit back into chair pose, roll your shoulders back. You can stay here too if the twist is too much for you. Lift your left arm up. We're gonna reach across. Get the forearm or your tricep all the way down to the outside of your right thigh. Palms together, hug your knees in. Try to get balance onto your feet. Hug the ankles in too. Lift your chest, roll that left shoulder open. Good. And when you're ready, slowly come on back up. Release your hands. Tree pose. Feet together. Start with your right foot on the big toe of your right foot and turn your foot open. You can bring your foot to the inside of your lower leg, heel up, toes down. You can have your hands on your hips as long as you need to. Or you can go a little higher. So as long as your heel is up, toes are pointing down. You can even just keep that big toe down on the floor and find your balance. Remember to get that bottom ankle, your left ankle, nice and strong. We talked about it last week. but you want to root down through all four corners of your feet, the base of the big toe, the base of the pinky toe, and then both sides of your heels, the left and right side. Good, engage your glutes. Pull the belly back. Maybe bring your palms together. Arms up if you would like, so stay wherever you need to. Arms can open as well. Good. Balance and breathe. When you're ready, slowly release. Back into your mountain pose, feet together. Other side, hands on your hips. Bring your left big toe down, turn your leg open. You can keep the big toe down with the heel pointing up, or go ahead and lift up to your lower leg. Heel pointing up, toes down. You can come up a little higher if you'd like. As long as you're not on your knee, you just go wherever's comfortable for your body. Engage your glutes. Keep your belly strong. Palms together if you would like. Arms up. Remember, stay where you need to. Keep the bottom ankle strong. Keep all four corners of your right foot planted on the floor. Couple breaths. Find your balance. And when you're ready, slowly release. Always feel free to walk your knees out. Separate your feet hip distance. Go up to the top of your mat. If you're following me, you never have to turn. I will just switch directions so you can see me better. Feet hip distance apart. Bring your hands to your hips. Step your left foot back into a high lunge. Find your balance here. Always feel free to just scoot back a little bit more. You're going to try to get up onto the ball of that back foot for your high lunge. Right knee bent over your ankle. Stay as high as you want or go as low as the thigh parallel. Then pause here. Inhale, lift your arms up if you can. Remember, we're getting some energy. Lift your chest. Your gaze can be up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet, somewhere in that area if it's comfortable. Arms open, fingers spread. Now you can stay here. You can take a break if you ever need to, or you can join me in doing 5 kicks with this. With your kicks, you're going to keep your arms up, step forward and lift the left knee up, and kick out as you bring your arms down. And you will go back. And 2. And 3. And 4. And last one. 5. Good. And then back to your high lunge. Bring your arms down. Step forward. Other side. Everyone together this time. Step your right foot back. Inhale, lift your arms up. Open your arms, lift your chest. Remember, you can stay here. You can take a break if you need to. You can join me in the 5 kicks if you'd like. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Hands to your hips. When you're ready, step forward. Good. Step to the middle of your mat. Spin and face the long edge of your mat wherever you're at. Take a wide stance. Turn your heels in and toes out. So we're not going to go into our normal wide-legged poses yet. With your toes pointed open, we're going to go into more of a goddess squat at first. And you can stay high here if you need to. But we're actually going to come all the way down, if you can. I'm going to do a little bit of side lunging. You can crawl your feet wider apart if you know you need them wider. You're going to bend through the right knee. I'm mirroring you. Bend your right knee, lift the left toes up, and then go back. Other side, bend the left knee, lift the right toes up. 3 times each side, at least. Good. Once you're done with however many you want to do, you're going to stop back in the center. Heel toe, a little closer if you need to come all the way up. Good, now come into your normal wide-legged stance. Point your toes straight ahead. Bring your arms out to the sides. It's a good way to check. Wrists over ankles is a good wide stance for this one. Bring your hands to your hips and we're going to wide leg forward fold. Bend your knees slightly, tip your butt back and hinge forward. Bring your hands down underneath your shoulders. Remember, we want straight back, so you're tipping your butt back, then hands down. Good. Knees should be bent if your hamstrings are tight. Excuse me. Pause here. You can have blocks under your hands, so a block under each hand if you need. Relax your neck, and just like we did in half forward fold, I want you to tip your butt back slightly. Root down through all four corners of your feet. Lift your chest, and lift the crown of your head away from you, so you can get as much length to your spine as you can. If you know you can fold in, remember we're bending the knees slightly and getting the belly to the thighs first, you can fold in further. So you know where you're at. Go where you are comfortable. And then when you're ready, we're all going to come back with hands underneath shoulders. Bend your knees just slightly. Bring your hands behind your back if you can. You're going to roll your shoulders back and lift your chest. Just working on opening up the chest. If it's too much for you, you just come on up when you're ready. And then keep those shoulders back. Push through your feet. Slowly come on up. Good. Release your hands. We're going to stay in that wide-legged stance. Toes pointing straight ahead. If your blocks are near you, you're going to need them. Place them behind each heel as usual. Good, so big toes pointing straight ahead again. Bring your arms out to the sides. Spin your right foot open to the end of your mat. I'm going to mirror you as usual. Bend your right knee. Knee over ankle. Warrior two. Press down through both feet. Remember, four corners of that front foot, even the four corners of the back foot down. Engage your glutes. Pull that lower belly up a little. Turn your chest open to the long edge. We're going to extended side angle. Reach up and forward. Get some length. Bring your right hand down to your block. Remember, it can be as high as you need it. Bring your left arm up. Reach across by pointing your palm towards your head. Reaching up and over. We're going to go into triangle from this one. Lift your chest. Try to keep your chest open. Bring your left arm back up. Palm points towards the direction of your head. Now straighten out your front leg as best as you can. If you need to flip that block higher, go ahead. Good. Root down through all four corners of your feet. Gently lift your chest and use the rib cage here and the abdominals to turn open. Good. When you're ready, bend the front knee a little, push through your feet, come all the way up. Spin your feet straight ahead to the long edge of your mat again. Always feel free to rest your arms if you need to. Spin your left foot open, warrior two. Bending the left knee this time. Root down through all four corners of both feet. Turn your chest open. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Good. Extended side angle when you're ready. Reach up and forward. Bring your left hand down to your block. Right arm up. Remember, the block can go wherever you need it to go. Point your top palm towards your head. Reach your chest. Reach across. Couple good breaths there. When you're ready, go into triangle. Right arm up. Slowly straighten the leg. Try to lift your chest and then turn. Open. You have to push down through both feet equally. Keep your thigh muscles engaged. Lift your chest. And when you're ready, slowly release. Bend your front knee. Push up. Turn your feet ahead. You can bring your fingertips together, and you can walk or hop back to the center. Good. You can slide your blocks to the side. Another flow here. Come all the way up towards the top of your mat. Separate your feet. Inhale, lift your arms up into high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. If you'd like to go a little faster, go ahead. You're going to come up halfway. Upside down L. Forward fold again. Step back into plank. Pause as long as you need to. Go down into Cobra or up dog. Shoulders back and down. Spread your fingers wide. Go into down dog or puppy pose. Good. Walk it forward into forward fold. We're going to do 3 times again. If you only need to do 1, that's fine. Inhale up. Exhale. back to center. 2 more times. Inhale up, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Remember, you can go with your own breath too. Inhale up, halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back into plank. Inhale into cobra or up dog. I usually hold that for a couple breaths just because my body needs that. And then back into a down dog. Walk it forward into forward fold. Inhale all the way up, keeping the belly strong and back strong. That was number 2. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back into plank. On an inhale, come down and lift. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, we're not going back up to mountain. We're going to shift forward and lower down to your belly. Bow pose. Bend your knees. Keep your knees hip distance apart. Reach your hands back to the outside of your ankles or the tops of your feet. You're going to press into your hands with your feet. Roll your shoulders back and lift up. Keep hugging the knees in towards the middle. Just engage your glutes slightly, not too much. Roll your shoulders back. Notice if you engage your belly muscles, how much that'll help. Good. Slowly release. You can bring your forearms out in front of you and rest here, bringing your back to neutral for a moment. Whenever you feel like your back is ready, you're going to pull your belly back as you come up to a tabletop. Grab your blocks. Most people will need them for this. And we're going to baby camel. So you're going to come up a little bit farther forward than the middle of your mat, probably. Bring your blocks. So you're going to sit on your feet. So tops of feet down, sit on your heels. Bring your blocks right behind your toes. And then you're going to make fists with your hands for most people. Kind of depends on your torso height and arm length. But basically, we're getting the knuckles down or palms down with your fingers kind of out to the sides if it's comfortable. Then we're going to lift your chest and go into baby camel. Now, I have a little bit longer of arms, so I'm going to remove the blocks. But the blocks are here because we want the spine straight. We don't want you rounding back. So you press down, lift your chest, and roll your shoulders back. Maybe drop the head back. Otherwise, you can keep the head tucked in as well. So again, if you have longer arms like me, you're not going to get as much of a back bend there. So you want to bring your knuckles down, push, lift your chest, and then drop your head back. You can even come to fingertips. Pause there for a few breaths. Remember, we're lifting, so tilting the butt back just slightly, lifting your chest, lengthening the back, not collapsing. And then when you're ready, slowly come on up. Good. Come into a child's pose from your hands and knees. You're going to tops your feet down, big toes touch, separate your knees, and you're going to tip your tailbone back a little, like cow pose. Bring your hips to your heels as close as you can, and then walk out your arms, rest your forehead. We're going to pause here for a few breaths. Child pose is one that is very good for releasing tension, releasing the stress, and grounding yourself again. A lot of these poses are going to help to get the hormones leveled. A lot of them help to release the endorphins that help with the positive, the happiness. And all of that helps to reduce stress. When you're ready, come onto your hands and knees again in a tabletop. Press back into down dog. You can go into puppy pose if you need to. If you're in puppy pose, you're just going to stay there. If you're in down dog, you can stay there, or you can join me in wild thing. It's a deeper back bend, but it's amazing for increasing energy and uplifting your mood.
If you're joining me, you're gonna lift your left leg up. Similar thing that we did before, bend your knee and open up. But this time we're gonna spin the right foot so that we're on kind of the outside of right foot and pressing down. Push through your right hand, you're gonna slowly lift left arm up as you release your left foot back off to the side of your mat. Lift your chest, you're pushing down through your right arm. Lift your chest, open up the left arm and shoulder. Good, you're pushing through your feet and lifting your hips up. When you're ready, you're gonna come back to your down dog. You can pause and take a break on your knees anytime you need to. Wild thing, lift your right leg up and back, bend your knee. Spin onto the outside of your left foot, but try to get that left foot towards flat. Slowly release, right foot off to the side of your mat. Push through your feet, lift your hips, and now open up your chest. Open your right arm. Good. Couple breaths there. When you're ready, come on back to the center. Back into a down dog. And then everyone can come back to your tabletop. Feel free to sway your hips side to side if you need to. And then make your way onto your back. Lie on your back for bridge pose. Separate your feet hip distance apart. You're gonna move your heels back towards your fingertips. Keep your feet and knees hip distance apart. Roll your shoulders underneath your chest. So sometimes it helps to bend your elbows. Get your shoulder blades underneath. Feel your back lift a little bit already. Then you're gonna press down through your feet, lift your hips up. Maybe interlace your hands. Squeeze the thighs in towards each other. Keep those inner thigh muscles active. Try to press up through your tailbone to lift your hips up. Keep all four corners of your feet grounded. Lift your chest, but lift your chin out of your chest. Whenever you're ready, slowly come on down. Get your back flat to the floor again. Straighten out your legs. Recline, twist. Hug your right knee into your chest. Bring your right arm out on the floor. So you can have it straight out. Palm up is usually best for opening that shoulder. You can also do a bent arm. Right knee comes up. And we're going to let the hips turn as you bring the right leg across to the left. But if your left arm or shoulder or your right arm or shoulder comes up, come a little higher with the leg. Keep your shoulder down. And then look over towards your right hand. Pause there for a few breaths. And then come back to the center. Switch sides. Straighten your right leg out. And hug your left knee into your chest. Left arm straight out on the floor. Hug your knee up and across. Slowly going, stopping when you feel like your shoulder's going to come up. And then look towards your left hand. Couple more breaths. Come back to the center when you're ready. Straighten out your left leg. Now hug both knees in towards your chest. You can rock side to side. We're going to go into a happy baby pose. I want you to keep your knees bent in towards you, but then open your knees. Bring your arms inside of your legs. And with the arms inside your legs, you're going to either grab your big toes or you're going to grab the outer edges of your feet with your fingers. And then flex your feet so they're more up towards the ceiling. Now in a happy baby, we're just going to gently rock side to side. You can go slow at first. And if you'd like to use the legs to get a little more rock, as you rock to the right, you're extending the right leg out and then bending that back in and straightening the left leg out as you roll that direction. That's just an option, a little bit of variation. And then when you're done, come back into the center. Press your feet down. Slowly come to recline bound angle by bringing the soles of the feet together and letting the knees fall open. Rest one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Usually the right hand on the heart, but whatever's comfortable for you. And focus in on your breath. Feel the joy flowing into the heart as you breathe. Feel the openness of the front side of your body, which we close off so often as we are in seated positions a lot of the day. Let your breath fill the front side of your body. And when you're ready, bend your knees back into the center. Bring your arms out to the sides. Separate your feet wide apart and let your knees rest into one another, into a constructive rest. Roll your palms open. Try to relax your shoulders down, see your shoulder blades touch the floor, and open your arms as much as they need to. You can rest here with your knees bent, however is comfortable for you. Or you can straighten your legs out onto the floor into our full resting pose. And take a few moments to rest, usually 5 to 10 minutes. It's just not quite as long during class. I will start a little bit of soft music for you. So you just rest there and find your breath. Taking deep inhales in through the nose, slowly exhale out of your mouth. Keep with your gentle, smooth breathing. Let your body rest. Let go of any tension you feel. Relax. Begin to feel warmth in your chest, in your heart. Allow a soft smile to come to your face. Begin to feel that warmth in your chest travel down to your belly. Feel the warmth there. The light and heat from within you. Find the word joy or happiness, or whatever word works for you. When you feel ready, bend your knees and slowly roll over onto one side, bringing the bottom arm underneath your head to support it. And just take your time as you roll deeper and pressing yourself back up to a seated position. Eyes closed or a soft gaze. Rest your arms. And we'll end with 3 more deep breaths together. First, exhale. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. Inhale again. Exhale slowly. Inhale. Exhale. And smooth out your breath. When you feel ready, slowly open your eyes. Take your time getting up. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, just stay there as long as you need to. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. The recording is available for another couple of weeks if you would like access to it again. And if you want access to any of my previous videos, let me know. We are getting them all compiled, and we will have access to those for extended periods of time. All right, thank you so much. Don't forget to check out the Facebook page, True Healing Massage, and the website, truehealingmassagegf.com. Have a great evening.